Minnesota Timberwolves and New York Knicks pulled off a blockbuster trade out of nowhere. The Timberwolves traded Karl-Anthony Towns to the Knicks in exchange for Donte DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, and a first-round pick. The Knicks, having already acquired Mikal Bridges this offseason, have gone all the way in and have now positioned themselves as the biggest threat to the Celtics in the East. I love this move for the Knicks. I know they lose both Randle and DiVincenzo, but Cat will be such a perfect fit on this team. The Knicks know their opportunity to win is now, and I admire their aggressiveness. I think this trade benefits both teams, but make no mistake about it, the Knicks got better. In this one, I will tell you why. If y'all could do me a soft favor, please hit a like on the video. It does help it a ton. And also subscribe to the channel for more Knicks content just like this. And shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. The Knicks have made some bold trades in the span of 9 months. They acquired OG Anunoby for RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley just before New Year's Eve. From there, the Knicks took home the number 2 seed in the East last season as they won 50 games. But by the time the team got to the second round against the Pacers, they were broken down by injuries and ran out of gas. The Knicks then opened the offseason up with a bang by trading 5 first-rounders for Mikal Bridges. And now they closed the offseason with a bang by trading for one of the best offensive big men in the NBA in Karl-Anthony Towns, a name that has been long rumored to the Knicks, and a player who will be reunited with Coach Tibbs. The Knicks have made their message clear. They want to beat the Boston Celtics and win the NBA championship. The Knicks just might now have the formula to accomplish that. They have 2 elite wing defenders in Anunoby and Bridges. They have an offensive machine and star in Jalen Brunson. And now they have a 5-0 look to match the Celtics with Towns. Towns is one of the best shooting big men ever. And he just hit 41.6% of his threes on more than 5 attempts per game. He'll immediately improve the Knicks spacing and fills a big hole at the center position. The Knicks lost Hardenstein, and Mitchell Robinson is out until December or January, so the Knicks needed to bolster that 5 spot, and they have done just that. When you look at the Knicks, they can really take advantage of all of Towns' skills. Towns is a stellar pick-and-roll finisher who will now get to display that. Towns was playing in poorly spaced lineups next to Rudy Gobert, but with the Knicks, Brunson is going to love playing with Cat and vice versa. The Knicks finished number 11 in three-point rate and number 13 in three-point percentage last season. And with Towns in the lineup, both of those numbers should improve. And you look at the Knicks guys after this trade, they are now tied with the Philadelphia 76ers for the 3rd best odds to win the championship over at BetUS. Go sign up with BetUS today and you will receive a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your second and third deposits up to $2,000 with the code YouTube150. So the offense of the Knicks is going to be stellar. Now, the question for the Knicks when it comes to Karl-Anthony Towns will be, can Cat hold up defensively at the 5? That is the question. Towns, he isn't an intimidating backline rim protector, but the Knicks, I mean, they're going to bank on good enough defenders in front of him. And boy, do they ever have good enough defenders with Bridges and Anunoby, Josh Hart to make Cat's life easier. I mean, is anybody going to be able to get past, Bridges, OG? So Towns is just entering the perfect place that really complements his skill set. This roster is made for Towns to be on it. Losing DiVincenzo is going to hurt the Knicks with their backcourt depth. Behind Brunson, the Knicks now don't have a lot of other guards, and they are really going to be betting big on Deuce McBride to have a big season. You look at Bridges, he can play the 2, and Hart, he is the size of a 2 guard, but he plays more like a forward. So the Knicks are going to have to rely on guys like Shamet, Payne, and even rookie Tyler Kolek to play some important minutes if they do want to rely more on their bench during the season and save their starters for the playoffs. And speaking of DiVincenzo, I know Knicks fans are gutted that he's gone. He was such a big component to this team's success last season, but he reportedly didn't like the idea of playing a reduced role with the Knicks per Ian Begley. So maybe it's the best for both sides here. DiVincenzo will be getting more playing time for sure in Minnesota's second unit, and obviously the Knicks get exactly what they needed. And it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Thibodeau manages this group. Thibodeau historically rides his starters with the league's heaviest minutes. But, given the way the Knicks broke down in the second round last year, Tibbs' rotation will be a huge storyline to monitor this season. Can he have this team stay healthy? And can he have the starters stay fresh for the playoffs when it matters and not overly have to rely on Brunson to save this team? But breaking this trade down to the simple basics. The Knicks were about to start the season with Precious Achiuwa and Jericho Sims as their center, while hoping for Robinson to be healthy enough to come back soon. But of course, we know the reality with Robinson. He's been really unreliable with his durability. So now the Knicks have Karl-Anthony Towns at center. Massive upgrade and a huge win for this team. Towns, going back to what he's going to bring offensively, just such an incredible offensive talent. Can't state that enough. I mean, this dude scored 62 points last season. He's someone who can play with or without Mitchell Robinson if the Knicks decide to keep Mitchell Robinson. I know his name has popped up in trade rumors, and honestly, I could maybe see the Knicks trading him down the line if the right deal comes along, but not going to entertain that in today's video. But overall, you look at this deal, guys, and what it means for the Knicks. The Knicks are going to be taking on a ton of long-term money with Towns, but the Knicks don't care about that right now. This team is eager and committed to win their first title since 1973, and quite frankly, this trade gets them closer to that. I feel like this team right now is right there with Boston. This trade makes the Knicks better. Make no mistake about that. A lot of people were critical of this trade, saying that the Knicks got worse. Don't buy into that nonsense. The Knicks are going to have a really good chance of going all the way this season, and they're going to be super fun to watch. This team may, in fact, finally get over the hump, and this team is designed to be Boston, and obviously they have constructed this thing with that mission in mind, to beat Boston and get out of the East. So you're looking at a starting lineup of Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, and then when Tibbs dips into his bench, Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, Bates Diop, Precious Achiuwa, and then Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims. Of course, if the Knicks end up keeping Robinson for this season. I think the Knicks are gonna cook up something special this season. And going back to them really embracing the opportunity in front of them, they know their time to win is now, and they have made some major trades to really put this team in a position to win big. Reconstructing the roster, bringing in the amount of talent that they have. The New York Knicks, they have title on their mind, and we'll see if they can do just that and go all the way this season. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this huge trade. I do think this makes both teams better, and I think for New York, this is what they needed. They had to pay up, giving up some two important pieces of their team, but it might just pay off big for this squad. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. That is it for me. It's Lucas signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.